Still in Nigeria, the federal government has promised to leverage on the benefits of public-private partnership in addressing its infrastructural challenges. At a meeting in Abuja, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, says the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission is overseeing the completion of 55 public-private partnership projects across the country, which are at various stages of completion.
Government officials, infrastructure experts at a meeting on how to fast-track infrastructural development in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Statistics from the Global Infrastructure Hub puts Africa's infrastructural deficit between now and 2040 at $7.6 trillion, with Nigeria having a share of $4 billion. The Vice President is worried about this, but is hopeful that the opportunities offered by the public-private partnership will help reduce this burden.
Our Infrastructure Concession and Regulatory Commission has since its inauguration taken over about 55 PPP projects all over the country. Besides, there are several well-known PPP projects, including the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Garki Hospital here in Abuja, the Kainji, Jeba, Shiroro hydroelectric power projects, and about 25 terminals concessions to private operators. But managing these PPPs through stakeholder management, performance monitoring, refinancing, renegotiation, and dispute resolution is probably as crucial for governments as the PPPs themselves.
With the population expected to hit 397 million by 2050, Nigeria's infrastructure will come under huge pressure, probably hinder economic development and deny citizens of the much-desired national prosperity, except something drastic is done. Some experts proffer solutions to avert this.
Two approaches are needed to close such an infrastructure investment gap. The first is to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of infrastructure investment. It is estimated that worldwide, up to 30% of infrastructure investment is wasted through to inefficiency, mismanagement, and corruption.
I would like at this juncture, on behalf of my colleagues at the ICRC, to assure everyone gathered here of a very bright infrastructure future for Nigeria via PPP delivery.
After the speeches, a memorandum of understanding between the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission and the Global Infrastructure Hub is signed to provide inclusive growth and infrastructural development.
And the Zimbabwean embassy in South Africa is hosting a 3-day summit with businessmen and women from different parts of Africa and beyond expected at the event. Zimbabwe is in the grip of a new economic crisis as shop shelves are stripped bare after a panic buying spree last week, while President Mnangagwa has presented the latest crisis as an inevitable consequence of reforms. Well, our South African Bureau Chief Betty Divia reports.
The government of Zimbabwe has adopted the term Zimbabwe is open for business as its policy statement. And at this summit in Johannesburg, they are opening windows for investors to take a sneak peek of the opportunities opening up under the new administration and also engage with the officials of the country on likely concerns.
We are looking for partners in reviving, reforming, and regenerating our economy.
Of my area concern. So we would like to invite you to Zimbabwe. Are we not going to face this kind of what is there for me? If I sign these documents, are you going to give me what?
What I can state to the business people in this room is that there is a very, very serious attention from the President in terms of rooting out issues of corruption in Zimbabwe.
On the streets of Zimbabwe, people are still facing daily challenges such as car shortages, emptying businesses, and physical struggles to obtain basic commodities.
The pain is very real right now, and there's long lines in the queues, which are a whole other thing for petrol. So I'm just trying to see how this is supposed to be positive for those of us who are actually suffering right now, and we don't see an end in sight.
Zimbabwe needs to provide a good life for its people, and we will have to go through some pain for us to be able to gain
that good life that we aspire for.
Zimbabwe is rich in mineral resources such as platinum, coal, iron, and gold, and has immense potential in its agricultural sector. And with these, the officials at the summit say investing in Zimbabwe will be a good move and will contribute immensely to the rebuilding of a very battered economy. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
Over in Ethiopia, the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed alleges that some of the soldiers who entered the grounds of his office last week had planned to kill him. At the time, he says he diffused the situation by ordering them to do press-ups and joining in, but he told Parliament that he was very unhappy. Last month, Ethiopian prosecutors charged 5 suspects with terrorism over an attempt to kill Mr. Abiy in a grenade attack at a rally in June. He escaped uninjured and described the attack at the time as an unsuccessful attempt by forces who do not want to see Ethiopia united. 2 people have been arrested in Uganda on human trafficking charges following the death of a Ugandan woman in Jordan. Local media reports that the woman, Juliet Nkiyimba, had her kidneys removed. Police is quoted by local media as saying. The police also confirmed that the deceased kidneys had been removed, a condition that may have resulted in her sudden death. The 31-year-old mother of 5 died in Jordan's capital, Amman, early September, and her body was repatriated to Uganda on the 24th of September. Still to come on the program, a government initiative in Egypt seeks to preserve the legacy of its legendary artist. Please stay with us.